Hi, my name is Ryder, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Spike Lee's BlackKklansman. Originally, I planned on doing a review of, I wanted to do a review of something newer and more recent, and originally I was going to review Netflix's The Highwaymen, but just a few weeks ago, I saw Spike Lee's amazing BlackKklansman, and I knew I'd just have much more to say about that than I would The Highwaymen, and I have so much more appreciation for it, and so that's the movie I'm going to go with today. So, BlackKklansman, directed by Spike Lee, starring John David Washington, Adam Driver, and Laura Harrier, is based off the true story of Ron Stallworth, the first African American cop of the Colorado Springs Police Department, and how he infiltrated the KKK by talking with the KKK and their leader, David Duke, over the phone, acting as a white supremacist, and then his partner, Flip Zipperman, would meet them in person and act as that same white supremacist, that character that they had sort of made up together. Both John David Washington and Adam Driver give amazing performances in this, and they work incredibly well together. Washington successfully conveys that, he's sort of just very new and trying to prove himself as a cop and be taken seriously. And what's interesting about Adam Driver's character is that he's Jewish, and a lot of the interactions he has with the KKK, having to act as this terrible, horrible, racist, white supremacist, a lot of it's very hard for him and hits home for him. It's very personal. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is a really good example of just how good John David Washington and Adam Driver, how well they work together, and it's where Adam Driver as Flip Zimmerman is aware of this racist cop within the police department, and John David Washington as Ron Stallworth, he's sort of confronting Flip Zimmerman about it, and Flip sort of explains to Ron that he's one of us. We like to do something about him, but we can't. It would break sort of our code, our loyalty. And Ron makes a great comparison between the police department and the KKK. And whatever it was about that scene, it really spoke to me, I guess. Another really great character in this movie is Patrice, portrayed by Laura Harrier. She's sort of Ron's love interest. I really like her in this movie, her character. She's a significant member of the Black Panther group, and a lot of her ideas sort of challenge Ron's, and one of the biggest conflicts between them is that the fact that she just hates pretty much all cops, and she feels that all police officers represent, sort of this idea of racism, and which is very obviously very hard for Ron, being, the first African American Colorado Springs cop. One of the great things about the inclusion of the Black Panther group in this movie is the fact that a lot of their scenes are juxtaposed with scenes of the KKK, which I think is a really good idea. And the thing that stood out to me most about BlackKklansman, and what I most appreciated about it, was the balance between really dark and disturbing moments and also just the comedy in it. And what's so great is that the two tones, they don't feel jarring at all together here. It's a very natural, it's very natural transitioning between one and the other, and I don't know how, but Spike Lee somehow managed to pull that off. There's not a lot I have to criticize about this movie. There's maybe one or two scenes that ran a bit too long for me, but other than that, that's just such a forgivable little thing. When you take into account the great acting, the writing, great characters with depth and great dynamics together, the balance of, different tones, a good message and connection to today's issues and problems, and a great quality for any movie. I'm still thinking about it weeks after I've seen it. So if you're like me and you haven't seen BlackKklansman like I hadn't just a few weeks ago, do yourself a favor and please just go see it. Thanks for watching.